in this building a magistrate's court, and there are 10 cells for men and 1 for women. Very useful for our experts if they decide to stay overnight. Any more information you require, you'll find on our website. But for now, from the Mansion House in the heart of the City of London.
Why not snap up a chance to spend a day with the dandy dealer, David Dickinson? Find out more by logging on to bbc.co.uk/lifestyle. Get the know-how with BBCI.
Most of their time at Albert Square, but there is a world beyond Walford, you know. Welcome to our holiday Eastenders special. Tonight, Barbara Windsor leaves her alter ego Peggy behind and heads for Cyprus with husband Scott.
Now you know why they call me Bubbly Bags.
Patsy Palmer revisits her family roots in the west of Ireland. Wendy Richard tries out a Caribbean cruise.
Oh my, thank you, Granville.
Gillian Tailforth swaps East London for the Far East and Malaysia.
Here we go, it's like the African Queen all over again.
And Sean Williamson, better known as Barry, relives holiday memories in Scotland.
This is rather splendid, isn't it, really? Just like we imagined it.
Now, the nation's favourite Eastender checks out of Albert Square for a bit of luxury in Cyprus.
Whenever we go on our beach holiday, we usually go a long way away, don't we? Like Barbados.
Mauritius, yeah.
But so many people said you must go to Cyprus, you have to go, it's wonderful, it's not very far.
Absolutely. So we thought we'd give it a go.
In fact, it's a 4.5-hour flight from the UK. Cyprus is right on the eastern edge of the Mediterranean. The island has had its fair share of history, having been invaded by everyone from the Romans to the Brits. Now it's under invasion from, you've guessed it, the tourists. Nearly 2 million of them every year. But Ayia Napa, on the east of the island, wasn't quite what me and the old man Scott were looking for.
No, Ayia Napa's most likely a bit too lively for me nowadays. I think most likely suit Barbara more than me.
No, we were after something completely different. Wow, this is very nice. Where are we?
We're 10 miles east of Limassol.
The first thing that strikes you about this hotel is that it's so quiet, even when it's full. But before Scott could stop me, I was up the apples and pears for a look around the rooms. This is the standard room. Wow, very nice. Oh, stunning sea view. Oh, look at that pool. Fancy waking up to that. Lovely. But you know, if you really want to push the boat out, the sheer luxury is the 5th floor, the presidential suite. But of course, it's at a price, around £1,000 a night. Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? Oh, sheer unadulterated luxury. Oh, it's fab. Oh.
Here, Ma, come and have a look at this.
Wow, your own private swimming pool. Oh, you know who'd love this?
Who?
Dale Windsor.
Tell you what, love, I fancy a dip.
Oh, fantastic. Well, this presidential suite is out of most people's price range, but if you come on a package holiday, you get great deals. I've looked around, it's got something for everybody here, even a kids club. It's really terrific, but for me, all I want to do is relax on holiday, and that's what I'm going to do. The hotel has just opened a spa. It claims to make you feel like a new woman. How could I resist? First up, thalassotherapy, a treatment which uses fresh seawater to help cure all your aches and pains. Just what the doctor ordered, £47 for an hour. Although this may look like the River Thames, I was assured it was rich in minerals. There are 4 pools, each offering different spa treatments, but without a doubt, my favourite was the hydrotherapy pool. You have to find a spot. Oh, that's it. That's it, I've got it. Oh, it's fab. Now you know why they call me Bubbly Bags. It's easy to see why players from Manchester United and Arsenal football clubs come here to escape the pressures of the Premiership. But I'm not allowed to comment on rumours that David Beckham had an aromadermy facial like this one. I don't go in the sun so much now. I used to. But I take a leaf out of Joan Collins' book. And does it give one a little lift as well?
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
You'll
And-
feel the skin tightening as the
Yes.
mask sets.
Oh, I need all the help I can get these days. Thank you. Very pleasant. Lovely. Even a facial couldn't prepare me for what happened next. Scott?
Yeah.
Scott? Scott? Here. What did you do to my husband?
Very good for him. It's seawater and we're improving circulation.
Oh, can I have a go?
Sure.
What do I have to do? Can you believe it? People actually pay £20 for this seashell treatment. The hotel has 5 restaurants. My favourite was the Beachside Taverna. I can thoroughly recommend the fresh fish, and an average meal here costs around £20. Like us Brits, they drive on the left. I thought I braved Scott's driving.
I think the other really nice thing is that all the hire cars have got red number plates. So basically all the locals realise that and kind of make allowances for you and maybe slow down a bit.
Because you're a tourist.
Well, exactly.
Yeah, and they're being polite as well. About half an hour's drive from the hotel, we reached the Roman Open-Air Theatre at Kurion. You know, darling, I can't resist having a go.
All right, you might earn a few quid.
Oh, you never know. I'll go over the earth. Well, you know, this reminds me when I was in Up Pompeii with the wonderful Frankie Howard. I wish he was here now because I could do the dance of the 7 bells for him all over again. Oh, we had such a laugh we did. But instead I think I might give a little rendering of my old man says follow the van and don't dilly-dally on the way.
Fantastic, love. Brilliant. Well done. Hey!
Thank you. My public. Well, I didn't earn anything, but the views made up for it. Wow, look at that.
Wow.
Lovely. 10 minutes further along the coast, we visited Aphrodite's Rock, the birthplace of Aphrodite, Greek goddess of love, beauty, and most importantly, eternal youth. Now, it says here, Aphrodite's Rock is where the goddess was born. According to Greek mythology, the god Uranus was killed by his son, who also cut off his... Oh, Scott. Cut off all his bits and pieces and chucked them into the sea. Yeah. Eventually, they ended up at this rock, and Aphrodite emerged in a burst of sea spray. You know, that's just the kind of storyline we could do on EastEnders. Our final stop of the day took us to Latzi on the northwest coast. We never thought of coming to Cyprus, but in the last couple of years so many people say you must go to Cyprus, you will love it, and that's exactly what we have done. We've absolutely adored it.
I think the great thing is the people here have been so welcoming as well. I mean, it seems as if they are genuinely pleased to see you.
One thing I will say, I mean, if you're like me, a bit fair-skinned, don't come in July and August because it gets very, very hot. But all around, usually the weather is just perfect. And without any effort, you can find yourself in a lovely little fishing village like this. It's 7 o'clock in the evening, the sun is about to be setting, and this is what we were both looking for.
If you fancy pampering yourself, that 7-night holiday, stay in bed and breakfast at Le Méridien Limassol Spa and Resort costs from £674 in March. That price includes flights and private transfers, a pool or sea view room, but not spa treatments. Car hire is extra. You don't have to be much of an EastEnders fan to know our next character, whose most famous and frequently used line was, of course, Ricky. Now, Bianca was played by Patsy Palmer, whose favourite childhood holiday was to County Limerick in Ireland with her mum Pat and her cousin Jacqueline. Recently, they returned with Patsy's eldest son, Charlie.
My father's Irish, my granny, they were all born in Ireland. And my mum is still really close with my dad's sisters, even though they got divorced when I was really young. I suppose I do feel Irish, I don't know. I mean, I suppose I do because I know that I am. And I know that I do a lot of things completely back to front. And that's the old saying here, and they all say that to me here as well. Well, you know you're Irish. I came over with my mum, my cousin and my granny. I was about 6 or 7, but I do always remember it. My mum says that she thought that I got on really well with it and seemed to really enjoy it.
We are always talking about it, and we're always saying how we'd love to come back. One day we'll go back, and now we're here.
This is my mum and Jackie, who came here when I was about 6, 7. Jackie was about 5, and Charlie.
I'm not here, I'm not here.
He's not here. I'm waiting for my Uncle Billy to come. He's a bit late. My Uncle Billy was the favourite person that I met. And I'm just really looking forward to seeing him, and he's going to take us to the places that we went to when I was little.
Billy's the one that's got all the knowledge of Ireland. He's steeped in history, and I'm really looking forward to it, to see if it all looks the same to me.
There's Charlie.
Hi! My goodness, I'm just going back to this. What can I see you? What can I see you? Stand up. Oh my goodness, the last day I was on this time.
Oh no.
Weather-wise here on Clare FM, gale force winds of up to 80 miles per hour are forecast. Torrential rain may lead to localised flooding, and motorists are advised to exercise.
The weather, as you can see, is absolutely atrocious. I mean, how did you pick it?
Wouldn't be the same if it wasn't raining though, would it? So where are we going then, Bill?
Well, we're going to go now up to the Cliffs of Moher, because I think you might remember that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and we're going to go around the coast. Well, I hope the weather will improve a bit, but hopefully we'll get to see something. Well, it's amazing the sun is coming out.
I know, it's
Just
good.
can't
At least
credit
it's not
that.
raining.
It's a very, very touristy place.
Yeah. I don't remember loads of people really up there though when I came.
Probably wouldn't be anything then like it is
Yeah.
now, but they get it. Do you remember it now?
Well, yeah, I do. I remember it because just the size of it. It still looks really big. I mean, it doesn't look any smaller than it did when I was big.
Now, what do you think of that?
Oh, that's good.
How far down it is?
Yeah, no.
You can stand up on the wall. Do you want to stand up on the wall? Stand up there. Oh, look how far up. What do you think of that?
You see the sea. Ooh.
Mummy!
Go on.
I'm hoping I might be able to see through Charlie's eyes what it was like for Patsy then.
It's probably weird for her. The last time she was here, I was Charlie's age, and now she's looking at me, and I've got him. I'd feel quite strange when I'm a grandmother.
Oh, Bill! Definitely deja vu. When Patsy was 7, she had already been in a show in the West End, Joseph. But at the time, we just thought it was a one-off thing. We just never dreamed that it would all turn out like this.
Amazing, really. But then even like to think when you're a kid of what it is to be famous is totally, completely different to what it's like to be working and being in the public eye. Honestly, you will really like it. I know what you like.
She's no different
You don't need to blow it.
when she's out there to what she is at home. She's still the same person.
Chew it and swallow it.
She's not one bit show busy. She's not.
You were having us on. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, it was really nice, thanks.
The problem with this place is you could stay here all day, and we have lots more to see.
We went to the place with all the rocks, the Burren, where my mum said that. I said it looks like the moon. I felt like I was sort of on a planet somewhere, because it's the maddest thing, isn't it, that you've seen? Especially to a child, it must be quite a lot of fun. But all those rocks, you can just, you know, pick them up and...
Come on, Charlie. We're going to build a megalithic tomb here now. And put these stones there.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Really nice. Nothing like London.
If you look carefully, Mum.
beautiful fossil.
We're at the bottom of the sea.
Well done, Charles.
Thanks.
No.
Lovely. You visit everybody, and everybody wants you to go to their house to have the tea and the cake, and all the best china comes out. I've got some pictures here, Bill, of our last visit. That's your garden in the house where we stayed.
And is that my dog?
That's your dog, yeah.
Oh, poor. Marniolach was his name.
Oh. And there's May, your auntie, Patsy's grandmother. Yeah. God rest her soul.
Oh, poor Aunt May. She looks great there.
And there's us 20 years younger, Bill. What do you think of that? You're still a handsome man.
Thanks,
Billy McInerney.
Why don't you tell me something I don't know?
I've always really warmed to Irish people since having those memories as a child, because I remember that they were just so friendly, especially with children. Mount Yellen, Amy, and Mount Daniel, who looks just like my dad, in image. They just always end up in a pub. I mean, it is true what they say. They love a drink and a laugh. They do, you know. I haven't seen any of my dad's side of the family for years. And I know that they're all really proud of me because I hear from my aunts that live in London. And I know that it's not just because I'm on the telly. It's just nice to kind of see them, to be able to see them again.
I'm really enjoying it.
I know, it's funny.
And I bet you didn't know, Spice Girl Emma Bunton also originally applied for the role of Bianca. There you go. A 2-night holiday stay in bed and breakfast with one dinner at the Dunraven Arms Hotel in Adair in County Limerick costs £94 per person until the end of April, based on 2 sharing. Flights to Shannon Airport are extra and start at around £92. A hire car for 3 days will cost from around £77. Still to come on our holiday Eastenders special, Wendy Richard is on a Caribbean cruise.
It gets my vote any day.
And Sean Williamson, better known as Barry, takes his real-life wife Melanie to Scotland. But first, Malaysia is one of the fastest growing long-haul destinations, now attracting up to 150,000 British visitors a year. So we asked Gillian Tailforth to give us her impressions.
I've never been this far east before, so I've no idea what to expect from Malaysia. To me, it conjures up jungle, palm trees, beaches, and lots of sun.
After a 12-hour flight from London and a 1-hour connecting flight, I was relieved to arrive at my hotel.
Yes, welcome to Kanyajaro Resort. Good afternoon.
Oh, thank you very much, sir.
Welcome.
I'm staying at the Tanjong Jara Resort on the east coast of Malaysia in the state of Terengganu. The style here is definitely Malay, and there's also 40 acres of garden thrown in.
The first thing I like to do when I arrive anywhere new is to take a bit of time to get myself settled. If you're anything like me, it's important to check out the bathroom, see what the freebies are like. Next thing I like to do is make sure my clothes run up.
Now I'm starting to feel a bit more at home. Time to do what I like best, having a nose around. Take a tip from me and ask for a room facing the South China Sea. With nearly a mile of sand, it's very tempting just to crash out on the beach, but I wanted more. No, it's not Albert Square. It's the Central Market in Kuala Terengganu, known locally as KT. It's open every morning and it's about an hour's drive north of the resort.
Look at these. These are beautiful. I wouldn't know where to cook these. I have to put them in a vase, quite honestly. They look absolutely beautiful, don't they? Beautiful colour.
I was beginning to flag in the tropical heat, which is in the 80s from March through to November, so my guide, Esmede, suggested a visit to the market's medicine man and a special Malaysian pick-me-up called Tomcat Alley. This is a stuff to have. This is going to change everything for me now. I'm going to look vibrant, wonderful, I can believe that. And exactly how does that you take that when?
Yeah, you take this in the morning, one, and also at night time before you go to bed, one.
And what would that do?
And it's good to bring the energy back to you, and also it's good for women after giving birth.
Oh, right. Oh, it comes in a pot. I'm going to buy about 4 of these to take home. I was surprised to see the extent of Arabic designs and culture. There's a few things worth bearing in mind when visiting an Islamic country. Friday is like a Sunday. The whole place shuts down, nothing's open. And if you do plan on visiting any holy sites, then you need to keep your arms and legs covered, and women have to cover their heads. This is the most famous mosque in the area. I've been told it's called the Floating Mosque, but I can't understand why, because it doesn't float. I was keen to find out more. What's the name of this mosque? Dangku Sahara. Dangku Sahara. And what does that mean?
Queen. Queen.
A queen.
Atau princess. Welcome to Malaysia.
Oh, thank you very much. That's very kind of you. I love you, girl. Thank you. There are over 100 islands off the east coast of Malaysia, most of which are still relatively undeveloped. For those guests looking for an even more secluded beach, the one at Tanjong Jara, there are trips to Tenggul Island, about 45 minutes boat ride away. It was the perfect place to cool down with an afternoon swim. Massages at the resort are an extra cost, but there's nothing like a traditional Malay massage to round off a day in the sun. Ooh. The Malaysian jungle is some of the oldest rainforest in the world and still covers 70% of the country. It is the home to the tallest tropical trees on the planet and some of the longest snakes. Here we go, like the African Queen all over again. I was on a morning's river safari in the hope of spotting some elephants and tigers.
Yes, lovely. Okay, now you can relax. Relax. Yeah.
Once you get the hang of this rafting, it's quite easy really. No legwork, no crashing around to frighten off all the animals. Just really peaceful. Beautiful. Well, we didn't see any tigers, which I was secretly relieved about. Just wild buffalo instead. After that workout, I felt ready for my lesson in the art of one of Malaysia's top sports, kite flying. Here on the east coast, it's as popular as football, with professionals like Lan competing all over the country. God dear me, how do you do? I can't even see the wires. They're all crossed over. Like Premier League football, it's big business. And is it good money?
Yeah.
Good money to be earned?
Yeah.
Millionaire are you yet?
No, not a millionaire.
The best place to catch the kite flyers is in the public park at the Floating Mosque in KT. I've just popped into the local cafe on the way back to the hotel, just to see how things are done here in Malaysia rather than the East End. Do you know, they must have seen me coming, they got me working behind here already. Show me how to do it then, yeah? The Malaysian equivalent of a bacon sandwich is called a roti canai. It's not as spicy as some Malaysian food, and at 10p a throw is good value for a snack. I nearly knocked myself out. I've had a really wonderful time in Malaysia. It's just such a beautiful place, and the people here are so friendly. I could stay here a while longer, maybe even get a job. 2 roti canais and a coffee. Oh, God.
6 nights staying room only at the Tanjong Jara Resort in Malaysia costs from £729 in March and April, including scheduled flights and private transfers, based on 2 sharing. A day's river rafting is £36. And the snorkeling trip to Tengal Island is £45, including lunch. Barry Evans, now there's a fella. Of course, in real life, he is Sean Williamson, who is married to Melanie. And when they want to escape, they take it to the Scottish Highlands.
If a shop that is ship-shape stocks 6 ship-shape shops... If a shop that is ship-shape stocks 6 ship-shape shop-sold ships, how many ship-shape shop-sold ships with 6 ship-shapes that...
Look at that, yeah, fantastic.
We walked over there, didn't we?
We walked everywhere.
Being an ex-sailor, I was always a huge fan of places like Dartmoor and Bodmin Moor. And my wife, Melanie, was always a great Highlands enthusiast. So I was in my final year at Webber Douglas School of Dramatic Art, and we desperately needed a holiday.
He took a bit of cajoling, because mainly his holidays were Ibiza and Tenerife and the like, and it was a long way to come, but it persuaded him that it would be beautiful, and he got up here and couldn't believe it. We stayed in a crofter's cottage on the edge of Loch Torridon, a place called Anat. Tiny little place, no heating, 2 bedrooms, cheap, but beautiful.
Got to still be here, haven't you?
Oh, this looks a bit more familiar.
What's that?
That's the new one. There it is, it's the white one.
Oh, wow.
It's the white. Beautiful. Well, a beautiful setting.
Oh, it's a lovely cottage.
Oh, it's got some memories. But, not staying there this time. On the second night we were here, we walked to the bar for the first time along this dark road, and we passed this entrance to this very swank, impressive sort of country house type hotel.
And looked at the prices on the outside and realised that we couldn't really even afford to have a drink there, let alone stay there. So we looked longingly. But at the time, Sean said, one day we'll be back and we'll stay here.
Right, madame, your room awaits. Let's go. This is rather splendid, isn't it, really? Just like we imagined it. But it is better. I must say, Loch Torridon had totally surpassed all my expectations from 6 years ago when we stood out there, 2 little starving waifs, tapping at the window. Please, Governor, can we come in?
Because he was at drama school, he was trying to get his standard English and his speech right for going back. And he had to get these tongue twisters off pat before he went back for the term. So he walked round with these, saying these tongue twisters.
I don't know what the locals made of me, and I thought I was the idiot. An idiot who come up from London and was wandering around spouting nonsense. Chop, shop, selling chop, shop, chops. Stop, chop, shop, selling chop, shop, chops. Had very fond memories last time of taking a boat trip to Skye. This time I'd like to go to a place called Plockton, where they filmed the exteriors for Hamish Macbeth, the popular TV series. And apparently you can get a boat from there to a seal island. So I'd like to go and see the seals. Yeah. We got some?
Yeah.
Where?
The end of the rock over there.
Oh yeah, got it. It looks like me. Looks like me when I got out of the bar. Handsome, slim. Is he dead?
He's not moving.
No, he's moving.
No, he's alive. Look, he's moving.
Oh, he is.
Oh, that's amazing.
Fantastic. Apparently now what he's going to do is he's saved the baby seal, which had been, abandoned by a brutal mum, and they're going to take it to the seal sanctuary now.
I saw it yesterday for the first time, and I kept an eye on it, and I go in touch, before we picked it up, I go in touch with the Environmental Centre in Skye, who do a very good job, and they look after lots of seals. They've got a brand new animal ambulance. But
what should we call him, Lucky?
Well, I don't know.
Barry?
That's right, Barry.
Barry the seal.
Barry the seal.
Right. I definitely want to go to the Eileen Donnan Castle, which is one of the most photographed and beautiful castles in the world. This castle apparently has got an incredible history, because it was a Jacobite stronghold back in the 1600s, and it was just blown to bits. But you imagine how cold it would have been in the winter, just running around in your little kilt. I think Barry Evans would last, I was going to say 2 minutes, but there's a pub. He'd probably last about 25 minutes up here. Probably upset all the locals, get drunk, upset all the locals, and be hauled out of town by a mob and be told never to come back. He'd be gutted that his mobile didn't work. Yeah, there's not much here for Barry, really. Well, I'm sad to be going again. Sad to be going, it's beautiful. Absolutely splendid. I think I'm going to bring all my wives here. Really.
3 nights staying half board at the Loch Torridon Hotel cost from £189 per person, based on 2 sharing until the end of March. Flights to Inverness start from around £100. Entrance to Eileen Donnan Castle is £4.50 for adults, and children under 7 are free. And the seal trip is £5 for adults and £3.50 for children.
You know, the chances of downtrodden Pauline Fowler ever escaping the Albert Square laundrette to go on a cruise are slim. But not for Wendy Richard, who plays her. She now reports from a state-of-the-art cruise ship in the Caribbean.
The ship GTS Millennium makes a 7-night round trip from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, to cruise through the Eastern Caribbean. "91,000 tons, 24 knots cruising speed, 11 passenger decks, space for nearly 2,000 guests. But it's not size that matters on Millennium, it's quality. Although I have cruised before, this is my very first visit to the Caribbean, and I can't wait. And with a member of the crew for every 2 passengers, you need never want for anything. Oh my, thank you, Granville. And that goes for the cabins too. Compact little bathroom, lovely shower, air conditioning, TV, and the minibar. And a lovely, lovely, comfy double bed. Smash it. And the best thing of all about this ship is nearly all the cabins have an outside view, and over 70% their own private balcony. But if you strike it lucky on the lottery, upgrade to a grand suite like this, complete with personal butler and more than a few luxurious benefits.
Miss Richard, may we have the suite back now, please?
The ship has the largest exercise and beauty spa at sea, all 25,000 square feet of it. This must be the ultimate relaxation treatment. This is the Cleopatra milk bath, and I have to say, it's wonderful. At night, the ship is lively. There's dancing, 5 bars and 3 restaurants with menus devised by Michel Roux. Here I am in one of the most elegant dining rooms afloat. Just look at these wonderful wood panels. They all came from RMS Olympic, which was the sister ship to the Titanic. But look at the way the table is set out. It's magnificent. Beautiful silverware, crystal, fine bone china, and excellent wine.
motorcycles.
The ship is state-of-the-art, as I discovered on a special bridge visit with the captain. That's all that's left of the ship's wheel, is it?
Wendy, yes. You can drive steady.
It's like a toy car wheel.
Yes, now we can drive the ship with this small stick which we have here.
A ship of this size?
Well,
Good heavens. By day 5, we'd already visited Puerto Rico and docked at Catalina Island in the Dominican Republic. With a casino, plenty of shops, an internet cafe and food available 24 hours a day, I was so busy on board until we reached St. Thomas in the US Virgin Islands. St. Thomas attracts rather a lot of cruise ships, which can mean around 8,000 passengers heading straight for the duty-free shops.
How are you today?
All right, and you?
I'm fine.
Lovely glitzy jewellery. But up here at Paradise Point is where you'll get some of the best views of the island. If you have a head for heights, there's the cable car. Unfortunately, a cable car ride is not for me. I can't even wear high heels now. I have no head for heights at all. The ship docks for as little as 8 hours, so plan ahead. You can't go wrong with a visit to Magan's Bay, 20 minutes away. The beach is a mile long and was once voted by National Geographic as one of the top 10 most beautiful beaches in the world. By day 7, the ship arrives at its final destination, Nassau in the Bahamas. It's busy and once again there are hundreds of duty-free shops, but just a short boat ride takes you to smaller islands like the Blue Lagoon. Isn't this beach just divine? Look at those breakers. As far as I know, it's not classed in the top 10 in the world, but it gets my vote any day. You can dine morning, noon or night in the Metropolitan restaurant. On the last evening, I was granted a special invitation, dinner at the captain's table. It's definitely the life on the ocean way for me.
That 9-night cruise holiday costs from £1,249 in March, based on 2 people sharing a cabin with a balcony. The price includes a night in Fort Lauderdale before you join the ship, all meals and entertainment plus scheduled flights and transfers. Upgrading to a celebrity suite costs more at £1,679 per room, but it does come with your own personal butler, and where would we be without that? Details of all the holidays featured on tonight's programme can be found on CFAX or on the holiday website.
Holidays back in the new year on Monday the 6th of January. And don't forget, it's a Christmas week full of Eastenders on BBC One, beginning tomorrow night at 8.
Well, that's all from myself and some of the well-travelled residents of Albert Square. I'll see you next time.